Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Aries. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries, please. All right, so we have the Page of Swords, so possibly Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. We also see the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. They're viewing you as the Chariot card, Cancerian energy. And the relationship, we see the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. So creative, intuitive, someone here who definitely is hanging around you, Aries, or that's how this starts. With the Page of Swords, it's a strong indication that this person is a secret admirer, and it does feel like they have some strong air in their chart, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is someone who may also like to move quickly. I mean, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords is telling me they're passionate. This is someone that when they know, right? And I do feel like they will be honest and direct with you. This is somebody who definitely knows what they want. The Page of Swords is an indication that there's going to be a strong intellectual connection between the two of you. Most likely you'll have, similar ideas, similar worldview, similar sense of humor is what I'm hearing. All right, and we see the Strength card in reverse, Leo energy. So this person might be lacking a little bit of confidence, building up strength and courage before they come in and tell you the truth. And we see the Eight of Cups. Now, for some of you, you may meet this person when they're in some sort of period of transition. So a move or a job change or leaving some other type of relationship or just like a transition period in their life. How you're going to be feeling, the Nine of Wands. So some of my Aries may start off feeling a little bit guarded, but you definitely hold a torch for this person. You're going to be very physically attracted to this person, but I do, the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. You've been through it, so you're not rushing into anything here. All right, let's see what else we need to know about this person. Okay, we see they may be a bit passive. I feel like that's at first as they're gathering information about you, trying to figure out if you're single, trying to figure out if you two are compatible. I don't think that this person is always in a passive role, not with this Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands energy, but with you, Aries, maybe you intimidate them a little bit, or they're just, naturally crushing on you. So, but okay with like letting you step up and take the lead. This person may be a counselor, okay, or they just embody this energy at being really good at mediating situations, easily guiding people through difficult circumstances. So I do feel like this is somebody who's balanced, somebody who's calm. They have a quiet strength to them, Aries. They're also independent. They have a strong sense of self and self-reliance. And there's definitely intensity here for sure. The depth of this person's thoughts and emotions indicate a high intellect and a strong focus on their subject, which is you. But I also feel like this is what makes this person quite successful in whatever they do, whether it's their career or, up leveling or healing or whatever it is. This person does have an intensity and a strong focus. So the Knight of Wands tells me this person is passionate, creative. Generally, they're quite confident, all right? It may be a little bit of a quiet confidence here. All right, what else do we need to know? This might start off as a brief encounter, but you definitely make a huge impact. All right, they could be in their 40s. Now, this is a really specific message. That's not for all of you, but it will be a confirmation message for some of you. All right, and they may have some gray hair. Again, a really specific message that's not going to be for all of you. And just remember that, to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Now we see meeting at work. So some of you, there will be some sort of work connection, which could be that you're coworkers, but it can also indicate that like you go into their job or they come into yours, or you meet them traveling for work, things like that. All right, what else do my Aries need to know about this person? What else do my Aries need to know about this person? All right, so we see mature man. So remember, my readings are not meant to be gender specific, but some of the cards that I use are. So for some of you, this person may be older, they may be mature, but I kind of get that this is someone that, you know, they might not look their age, so they might look a lot younger than they actually are, or if they're younger, they might act a lot sort of more older or more mature than they actually are. I do feel like this person is educated, they're cultured, they have a lot of life experience. Maybe they've traveled a lot, or they just, you know, they may be self-educated, a lot of experience. We see an official person. So this is someone that people trust and people respect. They may have some sort of official job title. And we see distant horizon. So I actually feel like this person is closer than you may think. Although they may be coming in from a distance. Okay, so maybe that transition is they're moving, you know, maybe from overseas or from a different city, state, or country, or they have a different background than you. We do see privileged ladies, so this is somebody who's independent, pretty much has everything they need. Okay. All right, excuse me. I'm not sure what happened there. My throat chakra acting up a little bit. All right, let's see what else my Aries need to know about this person. All right, they have lost a loved one within the last year. Okay. We see they have lived in more than one country. All right, they grew up in a better than average household. That tracks with this privileged lady energy. Again, whether they're male or female. And they may have an imperfection in their speech. So that could indicate like a stutter or a small slur, or it could just be too that the language you speak with them is not their native language. All right, and there's just something about this person's smile here, Aries, that's just going to get you, that's going to draw you in. Something very unique. They're viewing you as the Chariot card, Cancerian energy. So they see you as very creative, very loving, protective. You both might really love animals or have pets. Some of you may meet at first at a distance. All right, we see the Ten of Swords. So this person may know that you both might have recently lost a loved one, or you could both be like widows or widowers. It's interesting. You both understand, you both know grief. So that may be something that sort of brings you together. And I mean, possibly some sort of grieving brings you two together. But I feel like, you get them at a very deep level because you have also lost someone close to you, whether it was at an early age or whether it was recently. Okay, and we see the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this person may have some concerns about you wanting to put time and effort into this connection. But more so, Aries, I'm getting with this Knight of Pentacles is like they really love that you do things differently. I don't know if you're an entrepreneur or you just have a little bit of a rebellious streak, but I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, there's like a little bit of an unpredictability there, and that you're not afraid to do things differently. How you're going to be feeling, the Sun card, Leo energy. So this is someone that's going to make you really happy. And I do feel like you're going to really, sense that there's growth and expansion here within this connection. Some of you, this connection might be solidified towards the end of July. So between now and the end of July, because I'm getting the Cancer-Leo cusp coming through here. All right, let's see what else they really admire about you. What else does this person really like about my Aries, please? All right, they see you as an earth angel, that you help those in need with no expectation in return. All right, and we see gambler energy, willing to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Yeah, and so it's like, again, they know that you're not, like you have this little rebellious streak, that you're not afraid to march to the beat of your own drum. And again, they're very romantically attracted to you. They see you as the knight archetype, which embodies loyalty, romance, and chivalry, and a love of honor. Now with the Hanged Man here, Pisces energy coming through, I do feel like there's a spiritual connection. I do feel like this is a very selfless, loving connection. I feel you two are going to really feel each other at a deep level. But it does feel like this person starts out, Aries, hanging out in your energy. So again, some of you with this meeting at work, there's somebody that you go into their job, you go into theirs, or your coworkers. They could also be in your neighborhood. It could be a friend, but it does feel like they're hanging out in your energy already, or it's kind of how they start off, like this secret admirer vibes. All right, we see that, yeah, this person reflects aspects of yourself that ask to be acknowledged, accepted, and integrated. So this person is going to mirror your inner world. And again, I feel like that also really speaks to the grief that both of you have experienced. So I don't know if you both experienced like loss at an early age or recently, or, it's like you do really get each other and mirror each other on a very deep level. We see choosing growth over comfort. So this connection asks you to evolve beyond familiar patterns. Okay, beautiful. And we see presence before promise. This connection prioritizes now over outcome. Yeah, beautiful. I love that. So the importance of being present rather than, doing a lot of projection into the future. And at the bottom of the deck, we see that this connection holds the potential for sacred awareness and understanding. There's mutual recognition. And I feel like, again, I don't know, it just feels like there's something here about this grief or this loss. I mean, maybe it's a very painful divorce or separation here, Aries. I do apologize if you pick up on a little buzzing in the background. They're doing some, I don't know what they're doing outside, but it's like making a high-pitched buzz. So I do apologize about that. But, I feel like you two both really get each other at a deep level most likely because of some sort of painful experience. And you have like a shared awareness and understanding. So it's like you two really get each other immediately is what I'm getting. Now we do see rekindling, an old flame returns. Now for maybe one or two of you, this could be some type of reconciliation or someone you've known before, but I don't really get that throughout the reading. I more so feel like there's that familiarity, like we've done this before, we've known each other before. So most likely it's a past life soulmate connection. All right, open your heart. Love is the highest energy of all. Let it in. So Spirit's saying be open to this, Aries. And that's my Aries card, Fearless Love, a courageous leap into the unknown. So Spirit's saying go for it. So for a lot of you, this really is someone brand new. We also see that this is going to be a very loving and affectionate connection. Okay. Any important dates or times, please? Any important dates or times, please, for this connection? All right, stop trying to control the timing. Okay, so it's going to be happening in divine timing. And for some of my Aries, it's as early as next week. All right, Aries, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.